Hey guys, this is how to defeat the old Demon King, how to turn off the ballista, and generally just how to conquer the Smouldering Lake in Dark Souls 3. If you don't know how to get here, you can refer to my previous video where I go into detail of how to get here. So the route you want to take from the abandoned tomb bonfire is as follows. You're going to need your sound turned on. If you don't play with sound, you're weird anyway, but your sound should be on here. And if you pause round about where I pause, you can see that I stop. I'm listening now for the ballista to shoot. And as it shoots the third, I don't know what they're called. As it shoots the third thing, you start running towards this tree. And then you wait here, and the worm will spawn in, so ignore the worm. Then after 3 more ballistas, run toward the tree and around this worm, ignoring any loot. You can get it later. Now I was an idiot here because I didn't realize there was actually a bonfire, but if you turn right now, there is actually a bonfire up there, so that's an easier route to get back here. Anyway, onward to the main boss. As you can see, he looks very much like the demon that we killed earlier. Anyway, the tactic for killing this guy is, first thing, when you go through the fog, you want to run straight toward him. He's either going to spit fire like he did for me, or he's going to do some other form of forward hit. He's not going to turn around. He's very slow, this boss. You don't need your shield. You want a 2-handle weapon and have fire resistant armor on. Get as many hits as you can in when you first go through the fog and get around the back of him. Okay, so that's the first move that he's used on me. It's a ground slam. I found this is a very inaccurate move that he uses. I don't think it ever hit me, even when I didn't roll out the way, but it's very easy to dodge. If you've made it this far in the game, you pretty much know how to dodge this attack. That is the second move, and it is very hard to dodge. It's hard to know when he's going to do it because it's so fast. But after maybe 3 or 4 times of fighting this guy, you will learn when he's about to do it. And the way to dodge it is to roll into it. It sounds wrong, but you roll straight into it and you'll end up right next to his belly where you can hit him a few times. That's the thing with this boss, you want to stay extremely close to him at all times, apart from during a certain move, which I think might be next. Yeah, that's the move where you've got to roll away. When you see him, it's hard to know when he's going to do it. He kind of raises his head up and not his arms, and he starts shooting fire down at the ground. When he starts doing that, you got to roll away as fast as you can. Just mash that roll button, and as soon as it's done, you want to go right back toward him, and he's going to do that move, which is like it's a very slow move, like it's got a long charge up, but when he's doing that, it's very easy to dodge that. It rarely hits you. Just roll into it rather than away from it, and you'll end up at the side of him. And then usually after he's done it, he does this kind of ground slam thing. Usually you can get a hit in just before he does this ground slam. There's 2 ways to dodge this. There's the easy way, and then there's a slightly harder way, but the harder way is more rewarding because you can get a free hit in. As you can see there, I did the harder way. I rolled just a fraction of a second before his club thing hit the ground, and if you do that, you won't get damaged. You'll invincibility roll through the small area of effect that it does. The easier way is to, as soon as you see him holding his staff up, is to roll and then roll again, so you roll twice. But then you rarely get a chance to hit him unless you're right next to his tail. That's another move that he uses. It's quite fast, just like the fireball spit thing that he does. I don't think I ever managed to dodge this. It's so unpredictable and fast. But if you can see it coming, then just roll left or right. I'm pretty sure I did dodge it once or twice left. It's either a left or a right roll. Either will do. And you can see there he did the fire spit again, which I dodged easily just by rolling into him. And then he did the slow move after, which was nowhere near hitting me. That was very easy to see then that he was going to do the fire breath. You could really see that he was going up as high as he could on his legs and with his head in the air about to spit down. So that's a telltale sign that he's going to start shooting fire at the ground. You've got to roll out the way. And then again with this slow swinging hit, and again with the pound. When he does this, I always thought he was doing some kind of area of effect attack, but he never did, at least not straight away, so I could get a few hits in on him. So this is the second phase of the fight now, and he does 2 magic moves. The first magic move is fireballs falling from the sky. The fireballs from the sky, I'm pretty sure he starts slamming his staff club thing into the ground, like not like a big slam, just like I don't know, like the Uruks from Lord of the Rings when they're at the Helm's Deep kind of thing. and then you get a load of fireballs from the sky. I don't think it happened in this fight actually, but if it does happen, it's easy to dodge. It's like you just keep rolling really. You can look up in the air, and if you get if you get far enough away from him, he's not going to be attacking you, so you can just look up in the air, see the fireballs coming down quite slowly, and they are very big, and there's not too many of them, and you can just roll out of the way. Another move that he does, a magic move, is like a ring of fire which comes in from around and toward him, and sometimes also back out. The way to dodge this is quite hard because it's hard to see it coming, but if you do see it coming, it's a circular thing, so if you can see it in front of you, it means it's also behind you. The way to dodge that is simply just to perfectly time your invincibility in the roll to go through the fire. But you won't do that very often. In the second phase, if you've got a decent amount of damage, he's probably only going to get one chance to either do the fireballs or the ring of fire, and both pretty much are just are very dodgeable. The fire ring won't kill you. And there we go, we've killed him. Very hard fight, very frustrating for me because I didn't know about that bonfire that you could go to make the journey toward him easier. Anyway, on to the next part. This next part is quite like a labyrinth of mess and monsters and loot. You can find an Estus shard in here, another sword which is good against demons, and a lot of, what are they called? A lot of large Titanite. Is it Titanite? I can't remember. In this area there is a lot of Titanite shards and large Titanite shards, so if you want some of them you can farm a lot in this area from the enemies. Pretty much every enemy in this area is fire, so if you've got fire resistant armor you should already have it on, but you should definitely be wearing it for this. But anyway, you should loot this area as you wish. I'm not going to show you all the loot because part of the fun is finding it yourself. There's a lot of illusionary walls in this, and I'm just showing you the path to get to the next part to turn off the ballista. So follow my path, and if a wall doesn't seem to appear for you, it's because it's illusionary, so you should hit it and it will appear. Okay, after you've climbed this tall ladder, there will be the ballista shooting at you, so you got to run straight down here as fast as you can. When you get to this junction on the right, there is skeletons, those skeletons with the wheels. I've killed them all, obviously. And up here there is two of these like samurai skeleton things that are really annoying. After that though, it's straight to the ballista. You just walk up to it, interact with it, and you turn it off. Easy. Okay, next onto the worm. But before we do the worm, from where we were, go over to the corner over here and you can make your way down by going down these platforms. And when you make your way to the bottom, you can just turn left and go down here. Down here there'll be two lizards, some loot at the end in a lake, and also an NPC if you've been following the quest line of Anri and Horace. If you've been doing the quest line, Horace will be hostile, but don't kill him if you're doing the quest line. If you're not bothered about quest lines, you can kill him and you'll get his shield. Right, after that, we want to warp back to Firelink Shrine to buy some arrows to kill this worm. Any arrow will do. I chose to use feather arrows. I bought about 100. Okay, so then we walk back to this bonfire and the worm won't be there, so we've got to go make it spawn in. After it's spawned in, just run back up here and start shooting the worm. It won't hit you if you stand here. I don't think I moved for the entire fight and it never hit me, so you're pretty safe. Just keep on shooting it. When the worm is finally dead, you'll get the lightning stake and a undead bone shard. So you'll see I'll have Estus Flask +6 now. So that's pretty good. After you've killed the worm, you will feel free to go around the entire lake where the crabs are and pick up any loot that you want. There's some pretty good stuff. There's a lot of large Titanite shards and some gems and stuff like that. It's worth just having a quick run around, try and find things. You don't have to kill the crabs. I've picked everything up without killing any crabs. Anyway guys, if you made it this far into the video, I'd appreciate it if you left me a like or a comment or anything, criticism or thanks or anything, because this took me a long time to do, especially that boss, because I didn't know about the bonfire off to the side because I'm an idiot. But anyway, if this helped you, let me know, and if you want me to do a video on anything else in particular, leave your suggestions in the comments, and thanks for watching. See ya.